All right, we are back from our break, and we've got some plans for everyone to do. So Solas and Ockar head off to get the sketches made,
Yeah,
and you're going to cast that spell.
yeah,
Okay. So it takes you a few hours to find an artist. Artists aren't exactly um,
Okay, I'm back.
a common thing.
yeah.
And but you do eventually find one who is capable of doing so.
Okay. And I will cast an impart knowledge spell to basically show from my memories how the Shah woman looked, and also after that I will also cast it to again to show how my sister look and get sketches from both of them.
Okay, so you had two memorized.
Yeah, I have two
Okay.
memorized.
All right. So the artist is kind of like gives you a suspicious look, but and he tells you, all right, but I'll do it for 20 gold pieces apiece.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll cover the cost.
Okay. All right, you can cast your spells.
Okay, I will cast the first one.
Okay. So he does some charcoal sketches for you on some large sheets of papyrus, and they appear to be pretty good matches.
Okay. And after that I will cast the second one.
Okay. So you get the two sketches, and you pay the 40 gold pieces.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. It wasn't too bad. I've never had anything happen like that before. These satisfactory?
Yes, they are very good. Very good. I have to recommend you for anyone who asks a portrait to be made.
Oh, I'd appreciate that. Thank you for your custom.
Thank you for the help.
Thank you.
Okay.
And
So meanwhile,
I will show
yep.
I will show the pictures to Ockar while we go to find the others.
Okay. Leva said that she wanted to cast Strength on Braxon. Let me go ahead
Pretty
and
good.
roll. Yep. We'll be moving over to
Thanks,
Braxon,
Leva.
who's going to get some more information. But Leva said that she was going to cast that on him. All right.
Do my clothes stay intact? That's all I care.
Just make sure you don't fall in love with her.
Or turn
1840
into a horse.
strength. 1840 strength.
18,
Yep.
1840.
Yep.
I feel as strong as a horse.
Is that the strength of a horse?
Hor-
It was a reference. It was a reference to you falling in love with a horse.
Horses don't have strength scores. All right, so Braxon, Sinrae, and Leva, you head off to try to get some more information. Where do you want to start, and what kind of information are you going to try to get? What kind of questions are you going to ask? That sort of thing.
Well, what Braxton's hoping to get is a unique item that one of them might have on them that Lafdul could use as a target for that spell of his. Failing that, any sort of idea of where they might have been going. So the housewife would be going out to buy things,
Market.
and she might have people she socializes with. The other woman, we need to find out where she works, where she lives.
So you want to start with the housewife?
Yeah, could do.
Okay. So her family isn't terribly helpful. Not because they don't want to be, but just because It seems like they didn't pay that much attention to her. They don't really know who her friends were, who she might have socialized with. And they never really paid that much attention to her shopping kind of thing. I mean, it was just, come home, the food's on the table. And they didn't really care much about it beyond that. It's just a husband and one adult son.
Did her husband buy her any unusual jewellery that we could possibly use to track her down?
The husband's indicates that he did buy her some jewelry, a necklace, but when you specify unique, he kind of sheepishly says that the place that he bought it from had at least a dozen of the exact same necklace.
Right.
Any particular clothing item she always wore, or she Sinrae looks at the sun, something you might have made her as a child that she kept with her?
Did the son ever create a gift for her?
He did, but he points it out on a shelf.
Right.
So it wasn't something that she would have worn.
Sinrae also kind of gives the husband and son looks when they're like, we have no idea what she did. So, like,
They probably didn't say it in that way. Is there anything she might have used that doesn't have a lot of financial value that is unique, like some sort of hair clip or anything?
Neither of them can think of anything of the sort.
Can they at least describe her, or have they forgotten how she looks like?
No, they describe her.
ow.
A little bit forward there, isn't it?
Are you actually saying that out loud that way?
Yes. Anyway, so perturbed by how they behave that she actually asks that, it blurts it out.
Braxon's gonna give Lever a look.
The husband scowls at you and says, "I'd like you to leave my house now."
With pleasure.
Is that all of us or just Lever?
That's all of you.
Right. Okay, I'm sorry about my friend being rude. If we find your wife, we'll make sure we return her to you.
You did kind of get the impression that they'd already... that they already believe that she's dead.
Well, when they went in, Braxon would have said that they've rescued some of the men that have been missing. Anyway, so off we go.
All right.
And when we meet the people with the second ones, Braxton's going to say that we've managed to rescue some of the men that have been kidnapped, and we're just looking for 4 women now.
3. One of them you've already rescued.
3. Sorry, 3.
So, she was staying at a boarding house, so she had her own small room, basically just had a bed and a chest for her clothing and personal objects. The other residents there didn't know her too well. She'd been living there about half a year. It sounds like she came to Bral from one of the outlying asteroids.
Is it one that Braxton knows?
It's one that you've heard of, but you don't know anything about it.
Right.
So, like, you've seen its name listed or something like that.
Yeah.
And you get a bit of information about her, where she was working. She was working as a weaver at one of the stores that primarily handles clothing for sailors.
Right.
But no one really knew her personal life, like whether she was seeing anyone, whether she had any personal effects. No one noticed anything in particular.
Right.
The owner or the operator of the boarding house does let you look through her stuff, but he's kind of an older man, and he keeps a close eye on you to make sure that you don't slip anything into your pockets.
Yeah.
You don't find any written things. no notes, no letters, nothing like that. No one indicates that she could read, although, it was kind of like, well, I never saw her reading anything, but we don't know whether she could or not. That sort of comment. And no one, like I said, no one was really aware of any personal effect that she might have had.
Yeah. So no leads there.
Mm-mm.
Right. Well, hopefully, if we find Solas's sister, they'll all be together.
Okay.
Braxon's going to thank them for their time.
Yeah, and a couple of them do say, hope you can find her. She was very nice.
Yeah, we hope so too.
Always willing to help. Like there's 2 older members in the boarding house, in their 60s or 70s, who sometimes needed help with moving objects around, or couldn't really get out to purchase some item or another, and she was always, happy to do that if she was around.
Yeah. Well, she sounds like a very helpful person, and we like to help other helpful people.
Okay. So Higgimus and Lafdul, you start heading out to taverns.
In the taverns, as you do.
What kind of questions are you posing?
Just asking people if they've seen people, the descriptions of if they've heard about like anybody else missing ladies or anything shady going on, monsters and whatnot and all that stuff.
Yeah, Lafdul would go more particularly with rumors of strange activities, if at all possibly related to disappearance of those women and their locations.
You hear about some of the rumors that you've heard before, like people bring those up, but nothing new comes up. What taverns in particular? You can just like ping them for me if you want. What taverns do you want to go visit?
It's the ones around that low area.
Right, well, let me know which one you wanted to go first.
Yeah.
The one that Large Luigi is at is 144.
144.
Yeah, that one.
Well, that one. Okay.
Do you want to start
So,
there,
yeah,
or do you
that
want to go?
one
Do you want to start there, or do you
here.
want to end there?
Here. We can end there.
Okay.
There and there.
Okay.
So just kind of
Oh,
right in
you've
that
marked
circle
them.
down there.
The 114 is the one where Ockar's mother works, and Solas has already gotten a lot of information about there, whatever he can there, and it wasn't really anything. All right, so you visit the other 3, and
What's the Red House? 102.
it's a tavern or something. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, so when I speak to him, I make sure I buy a drink and all that stuff too.
Okay. It's basically, I think it would be 2 copper pieces for a drink for each of you at each of those places.
2 copper.
Yep.
I'll pay for yours, Lafdul.
Oh, ain't you a sweet?
I changed my mind.
No, you're paying now. Just because I added an infection in the end.
So, for the most part, no one has any new information at those places. So you then head over to the Laughing Beholder with Large Luigi.
Yeah.
Can I, I'm not saying this particular is something I'm just thinking in my head. The red masks, they wouldn't be. Would they be up for abducting people who they might suspect are working with other members of the other guilds?
It's certainly possible. It would depend on what they thought that person might know. I mean, if they think that the person is a high up, then yeah, I mean, you know, kidnap them and interrogate them, get critical information, highly sensitive information, locations of people and stuff like that. Low-level people, either they would just, you know, try to rough them up or just kill them.
Yeah.
So you end up at the Laughing Beholder. What do you want to ask Large Luigi?
You know, just not just tell them what we're trying to figure out, and yeah, just what we're trying to find. If he has heard anything, because I know he hears like more information than like normal people somehow.
He after you relate that information to him, he gives a loud rumbling chuckle and says, "Ah, you adventurers are always up to your little quests. Have I heard anything?" He reiterates some of the same sorts of rumors that you've been hearing, and he does say, "Now, I don't really have any specifics, but I strongly suspect that there is something going on, and not with that lycanthrope that you've already taken care of. I heard about that. Good work there. But
when he says that, my ear tufts kind of twitch a little bit.
There is someone who is off. I just have a sense. I do not know who, but someone down here is not who they seem to be."
Somebody down here?
Yes, down here in the Low City. Obviously, so many people are not who they seem to be, but I just have this sense, you know?
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Lafdul nervously shifts about.
Going beyond what you little one. He kind of points a couple eye stalks at you, Lafdul.
No.
A little bit more than you there, with your little tricks and everything.
Oh, Lafdul likes tricks.
Somebody in disguise, huh?
Yes, unfortunately, I do not always get specific information with these feelings of mine.
It's all right. It's more than I had to go on before.
Yeah, we just narrowed it down to suspicious people in the area, but
Said they might be disguised, or doing. They're not what they're supposed to be.
Or not what they seem to be.
Seem to be, yeah. Wondering if it's anybody I've run across.
That I couldn't tell you.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I'll finish my drink, and then I'll leave a gold piece.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, Lafdul will pay for it this time.
Okay. It's either 2 coppers unless you want to leave something more.
No, leave it good.
Okay. Always looking for ways to part Lafdul from his coin.
Sorry, I got 2,761 left.
Alright. So, you guys all meet back up to exchange information?
Yeah.
Okay.
And show off the paintings, the sketches we got.
Yeah, I showed the sketches to Others.
Okay. What do you? What are your next steps? What do you want to do now?
Well, I
you got the
imagine the
sketches
reason
now,
we
at
want
least.
these sketches is to show them off to people and try to figure out if anybody's seen the two women that are drawn here.
Yeah. Is there any particular places that you want to go with those sketches?
Well, tavern. Some of the various taverns would always be a good idea.
These pictures are the ones that Solas saw, yeah, that Shadow Woman and the
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's just,
So why don't we
There
go
is
around the taverns
There is the
around the
pic
middle
of the
city?
Shaw woman and pic of my sister.
Probably go to Showtown.
Yeah, we could take them around the taverns, go around the low
Just
market,
go
stuff like that.
around where we
And,
saw her disappear.
Well,
Vaguely.
we saw the Shaw woman, or I saw her in the Park Street, so we could possibly ask around there at first.
Yeah, unless she
It's
wipes the
32
memories of other people who
Starfar's-
are in Park Street.
Starfar's Rest, is that a tavern or an inn?
that's an inn. That's the inn that you guys were staying at early on in the campaign.
Yeah,
Can
before we
we-
got ourselves an actual place.
She might have looked for a place for sleeping for the night. It's not a far stretch. We could ask around in there.
Can one of us pop to the Company of the Chalice in the Pragmatic Order of Thought?
You could, but you'd have to take the sketch with you if you wanted to show it off. Like ask them about it.
Yeah.
That could be a good starting place.
What kind of
Just-
questions are you asking about?
Well, we've been investigating kidnappings, and we've tracked down. We're tied up. We've closed up with the missing men, and we've got some missing women. There's a possibility that someone might want to sell them to slavers. Have they heard any rumours of people kidnapping women and shipping them off of Bral?
Okay. So
Or have they heard
you
any other wrongdoings?
you visit them and show them the sketches and ask them if they're aware of any slaver activity specifically on Brawl. And they basically indicate that they have not seen either of those women. And if there is any slaving activity on Brawl itself, they have not become aware of it.
Hold up.
Okay.
Yeah?
Our jeweler friend
hmm
has been acting weird lately.
Yeah,
Hmm.
wasn't he having renovations or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but where is the shop?
His shop is close-ish to Higgimus's office.
That's miles away, though.
Well, miles away from where Solas saw the Shao woman. But I can never remember where I had it. I think I had it like right around here-ish, something like that.
Oh, I thought it was like over around there.
Maybe it was. Like I said, I don't remember. I keep forgetting where I put it, and I've gone back to some of the videos, and I haven't been able to figure that out. But I also haven't like fully watched them. I just like jumped around trying to figure it out.
Maybe-
Yeah, it can be over there.
Where
But it's
did they
still,
put that shop?
yeah. We'll say it's over here then.
Maybe he moved while he wanted to do up his place.
No,
to
he
another
didn't.
Place.
He definitely didn't. I just am forgetting where I put
Okay.
it. So retcon. It's in this block here.
Okay.
So did you want to go
So-
pay a visit to him, or did you not want to pay a visit to him?
Do you think
Not
he's
yet.
been-
Not until I got something more
Okay.
in mind. Or something else.
Whoa.
Bless
Ooh.
you.
Ow.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
Sorry.
All right.
And
Okay.
Not until I have something in mind, or somebody else can think of like a line of questioning.
Okay.
Maybe
Well-
watch him. I'm not very good at being covert in watching somebody. though.
Lafdul, do you think you could find a way to keep an eye on him?
On who? Sorry. On the jeweler.
On the jeweler guy.
Uh.
You're good at stake out stuff. We've done it before.
Well, do you think he's been replaced?
Maybe.
Replaced?
Yeah. Someone's killed him, taken his
What,
place.
like a
Not
body
really.
snatcher?
Well, I don't know.
That's unlikely unless they happen to be very skilled at jewel crafting. Gemworks. I mean, his appraisal wasn't that far off
Well,
when he
remember,
originally
we were
made that
dealing with people
mistake.
that had been charmed. It's
Did...
totally possible he was charmed by some creature and letting it use his shop as a base of sorts.
Does anyone remember if he's got any women, like a daughter or a wife, that lived with him that might have been kidnapped?
He is not married as far as you're aware.
Yeah,
Right.
as far as we're aware, he's not married, though. I doubt we really know much about the guy since
Unless he's got a mistress or something.
Higgimus is the one. Higgimus and Lafdul are the ones that interacted with him the most.
I mean, I think our best bet is first checking would be into Shao Town to see if we can actually find Shao Woman. Instead
Yeah.
of chasing after jewelers that might just be stressed over renovation. Or it could be a completely different
Yeah,
thing with
that's
them.
also a case. Still, we should keep an eye on it just in case while we ask around about these two people around Low City.
Yeah.
Right, but to keep an eye on that, that would either mean that one of you would have to do that, or you'd have to find someone who could do that.
How
Well,
many
either
copies
Lafdul
of
can
those?
do it, or you can use some of his connections. Air quotes.
Well, like I said, find someone who can do it.
How many copies of those pictures did you get?
There's
Just one.
only the
There's one of each.
Yeah.
Let's see if
Right.
you...
We don't really know of any printing presses here in Bral that can make multiple copies.
You'd have to get a woodcut anyway.
Yeah.
Mm.
That would take time.
Yeah, we would have to find a woodworker to make a woodcut that looks exactly like these sketches, and then we would have to print out several copies.
You know what? I'll watch the jeweler guy. I'll change it to a different set of clothes than what I normally. And hopefully I'll just look like any
Lafdul
other.
can make
Yeah.
you help you disguise yourself. Does
Oh.
not look so like something if you want.
Sure.
You know,
Well,
I have to disguise
hold on
proficiency.
a second. You might want to look at what some of the other buildings in that area are.
I can't see.
what are they?
Well, I mean, you got the numbers.
Problems.
So, like 94. What does 94 say? 94
Give down.
is
So,
yeah.
That's Giff Town. You can hang out in Giff Town.
Okay, yeah.
You don't really need to disguise yourself too much.
Well, I mean, like.
Yeah, no,
just
like
so I'm
change
not
your
wearing my
clothes.
normal-
Change your
hat.
clothes, but you wouldn't need Lafdul to make you appear
Socializing
as
with
something
other GIF.
other than a GIF.
Wear a top hat and a monocle instead of captain's hat.
well, that would stand out.
All right, so Higgimus, you're gonna go keep an eye on the shop. Any?
I'm gonna go help.
Mm.
I
Have you
I
seen
can-
what building
more
91 is?
people. The more people watching, the more likely it is that people are gonna realize that someone is watching.
Yeah, I think we should. I think Higgimus has got this, and we'll ask around town.
And it is in Gift Town.
Yeah.
I can make myself into a GIF, so that's not a problem.
I mean, it's up
Nope.
to you.
Well-
How long does that actually last? I didn't even look.
You'd have to look at the spell.
Anymore.
And I mean, to a certain extent, since Higgimus's idea, it's up to him whether he thinks
Yeah,
that
it's
it
up
would
to him who he
be
wants with him.
more risky or not.
I mean, if you're bored, Leva, then I guess that's fine, but no more than you.
What kinds of things are you trying to like? What in particular would pique your interest? You know, what kinds of things are you trying to watch for and stuff like that?
Who goes into his workplace? If people go in and not come back out.
Mhm.
If he leaves, and that sort of stuff.
Okay. So you're gonna kind of
or
like keep
anything
a
that's-
mental track of the people coming in, going and stuff like that too.
Yeah, I'll keep a little notes with me, so
Okay.
I can.
And
remember
if someone becomes suspicious and asks who you are, just tell them that you are Higgimus and you do not know anyone named Higgimus.
Higgimus.
No, Huggimus. He's Huggimus.
All right. I'll say that it is this purple building right here on the corner, the small one. That's his shop.
Okay.
All right. So where do you think you want to keep watch, and how do you any extra precautions that you're taking?
You said this purple one here, right?
This light purple one on the corner, that's in the middle of the district, right by 94.
Okay, I see. Okay. I don't know, just crud. It would be one where it's hard to see it all of it. Where's the front entrance?
Front probably it's gonna face the purple building, but it's right there on the corner, so
I guess in a spot where I might be able to see majority of it.
okay.
I'll get something like is there a newspaper?
No, not really. I mean, there's some
think you might
broadsheets,
be
but
able to watch it from that corner, right next to the 94 number.
Okay. Basically, I want to see if is there something I could have where I can look like I'm busy or something, doing something.
How interested are gifts in jewelry? Just as jewelry,
unless it's a metal, not very.
not even when they're courting someone.
No.
If they're courting someone, they'll wear their finest medals.
If
from
they're
their
courting
biggest
another,
adventures.
if they're courting another Giff, then the preferred gifts would be wheellock pistols, arquebuses, smoke powder, that sort of thing.
You name me, I give you all this smoke powder.
I give you the
And-
biggest boom for your buck.
And other weapons in general too. Like, I mean, a fine sword, saber, a halberd. Well-crafted weaponry is oftentimes the gifts that a gift prefers. Some of it is going to depend on what their role in the gift military is. Like scouts would also like practical things that help with their scouting duties and stuff like that.
Okay.
Are you trying to figure out a good gift to give Higgimus?
I'm thinking of a way that we legitimately can enter the jewelry shop before we start observing it, just to see.
What about this?
Talk to the owner that maybe we can talk about buying each other presents or something like that. So it will be metal or something for a sword hilt or something like that.
So keep in mind also that this district, while it's Giff Town, only about 10% of the population, if that, is Giff. It's just that in every other part of town, Giff are 0 to 1%.
Okay.
So the Giff are heavily concentrated here, but there's still a minority of the population here. So, he may do metalwork, really fancy metals with gems in them, but a lot of his other custom is with non-Giff. The advantage that he has to being in Giff Town is that if someone breaks in or someone attacks his shop or something like that, there's a whole bunch of Giff around to rush to his aid if he starts, putting out the hue and cry.
Okay.
Is there like a tavern or restaurant or something right there where I can keep an eye on the whole thing? Or
Not really. There are some small dives in the district, but not right there. You're pretty close to that light purple building that's kind of dogleg shaped. That's a barracks, or
barracks?
I mean, like the Giff call it a barracks, but it's basically just a boarding house that caters to Giff.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll hang out there and I'll kind of like act like I'm reading a book, type of thing, or what would be a book? Something about war.
All right.
Upkeep and maintenance of the finest metals by Sir Metalmist.
Zen in the art of wheellock maintenance.
Yeah.
You could introduce me to the art of wheellock maintenance. Show me a pistol and
Oh my
introduce me.
goodness. Higgimus will spend like hours on that.
That's fine. Leva as Giff should be interested. Well, for a time, as long as she is a Giff, which is 2 turns per level.
Yeah, I just hope that I don't get too carried away and not pay attention to what we're supposed to pay attention to.
I kick you if you get too carried away. How about that?
Can Higgimus even feel the kick?
Well, I think Leva might not be paying that much attention to
Because
Higgimus.
Higgimus has that like natural armor, so he may not even feel it if you kick him.
Well, she's in Giff form.
Feel it.
All right, so Leva, knowing that it's 2 turns per level, you're really looking at like 2 hours at most, and then you're hitting the point when the spell is going to run out soonish.
Yes.
You
I'm
need a
aware of
place to
that.
hide.
So we need a place to hide where I can switch back to my normal look, which is actually not that bad, because if someone gets suspicious of us and we come back looking different, then we look different.
All right, now that's going to start getting to the point where it's going to start getting weird, I think.
Why?
What if I were to make myself look like a baby Giff or a young teenager Giff?
Are those
Right.
even
Oh
a
my
good
gosh.
thing?
Whoa. I'm trying to get like to meet people here. I don't
No,
like that. I'm just trying to watch this place.
Right, and
Yeah,
and I'm
what's
looking at
going
I'm looking at the polymorph self spell, and just 2 to 3 hours is or maybe even 4 hours if it really gets cast at a substantially higher level. You're kind of looking at like Higgimus is planning to stay there all day.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
can't.
I thought the rest of us were gonna do our
Yeah.
other thing.
Right, no, I'm
Let's-
talking specifically to Leva. She literally cannot stay there the rest of the day, the whole day, like Higgimus can, if she's using polymorph self. So, like, this is something that you need to take into account. What?
Where is your office, Higgimus?
It's
Isn't that
right there on
here?
the map. It's right on. Yeah, right there, right on the map.
Oh yes. Okay. So I could go there to switch back.
Yeah.
It's not that far from.
I mean, I know what Higgimus is doing there now. So, but what do you want to do, and how are you? What are you looking for? What are you doing since you can only stay in a gift form for 2 hours? 2 to 4 hours. What are you doing the other rest of the time? That sort of thing.
I don't need to stay in Giff form all the time, because I can come back and look as Leva.
Leva, why don't you just come with us to check
Yeah.
other things?
Right. I mean, my concern, my question is like, what are you doing there, and how are you getting around your change in form? Yeah, you can go to Higgimus's shop. Then, are you returning? Like,
Yes,
what are you doing? Okay, so
I'm returning because I want to keep on watching as well.
okay,
But why? Why are you watching? I think
Because
is
4 eyes see more than 2.
all right. So where are you going to watch from?
Let me see, where exactly is the shop? It's up here somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone did a screenshot and put it into Discord.
Someone here.
Yes.
Braxon did, yeah.
So where's the entrance to the shop? Is that?
It's
up
across
to
from the darker
94?
purple. It's across from the darker purple building.
So as long as I'm a Giff, Higgimus and I can talk. There's no problem.
Wait, You have invisibility prepared for today?
Hmm?
You have to spell invisibility prepared.
Just a second.
Yeah, but the idea was is to make Higgimus not look like he's loitering if he's with someone. If he's by himself, that's not the same thing.
Oh.
Because she's invisible.
Yes,
But
I would.
in
I would have
theory, you
have
could make
invisibility.
someone invisible and they could just watch, I suppose.
Yeah.
We can make Higgimus invisible.
How does it last?
Until dispelled or
Basically-
24 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, that would work.
Would you
Invisible
want
flying Giff. You could fly into the reef and just sit and watch.
Good, I guess.
That's a perfect idea!
He's invisible. He's not silent.
No, but
Hey, we can make that happen.
Just make Lafdul invisible.
Lafdul can make one of his daggers of silence.
He can use his.
no, it doesn't
can
last
use
very
his
long.
hat
That's
to
what
look
I've
like a Giff.
memorized. I have another idea, but I was waiting for Higgimus to finish up his.
Well, I had a plan, so that's what I was going to do.
Do you want to change the plan from anyone else's ideas, or are you happy with your plan?
I'm happy with my stuff.
Okay. All right. So Higgimus has gone off to do his thing. Leva.
I go with him. I already said I would.
Right. So are you going to watch with him, or are you going to watch from somewhere else?
As long as I'm a Giff, I'm going to watch with him because I'm not such a good Giff that I really know everything.
But what
and
about
all the
once you are
behaviors.
no longer a Giff?
I already said. Then I'll return as Leva, and I'll
Okay.
watch from somewhere else.
Okay. Right. So that's what I'm asking. Where would you watch at that point?
Well, we got sidetracked.
Well, I mean, I have asked a couple times.
hmm I would watch so I can see the entrance.
Right, so where would that be?
And I think that will be where the 94 is, or am I wrong?
That's where Higgimus is.
Oh, okay. So if I go east a little bit to the yellow house, would I still see it?
This one right here?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Alright, so that's where you will be.
Yes.
And you're just as yourself?
I'd be just as myself, and I think after a while, if I see that this doesn't work out properly, then I go to Higgimus's place, to the office, and make myself invisible and return to the same place.
Chances are you won't know if anyone has realized that you're watching. So, I mean, unless they do something that obviously alerts you, they're not gonna. You're not gonna know if it's not working.
So I return invisible.
Okay. So after being in Giff form, you're gonna go to the shop, turn invisible, and go back.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anything in particular? I mean, obviously, I assume that you're going to do much the same as Higgimus in terms of keeping track. And now, Higgimus, you said that you were taking notes, actually writing, or are you
yeah,
just
I'll have
trying to keep it in mind?
in that book that I have. I'll occasionally scroll down some notes if I see anything interesting.
Okay. Leva, you will not be able to do that kind of thing when you're invisible, since you can't see yourself.
Okay.
But what kinds of things are you keeping an eye on? What's going to pique your interest, that sort of thing?
Especially the jeweler himself, but also the people who go in and out.
Okay. All right.
Do they look like workers? Do they look like something else? Do they look like they're enforcers of any type? Stuff like that.
All right. So when you return, when you rejoin everyone else later in the evening, I'll let you know what you guys saw, so you can share it with the rest of the party.
Cool.
All right, rest of the party. So you, Braxon, and I guess the rest of the party stopped by the company, the Chalice, asked them. Then you're going over to Park Street.
Yep.
Park Street.
That's where
Well,
Solas.
Well, that was where I saw the shower one.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds like a lead.
We can begin our investigation there.
Okay. Lafdul, did you have something that you wanted to mention?
Could you get copies of those pictures at all?
Well,
It would take a long while.
I guess the
How
artist
long?
made copies, but I don't know
Well,
how
we would
long
need
it
to get a
take.
wooden.
Alright.
It took the guy.
Because you were
It
there.
took the guy a while to do those sketches in the first place.
Yeah, but he was
Yeah.
doing it from his mind. Actually, copying wouldn't take so long.
You're probably looking at a half an hour each one at least.
That's fine. I've got the whole day.
Well, but then, like, everyone would have to.
Alright.
I mean, you're giving up those sketches while that's happening.
Yeah, we would have to wait for you.
All right,
Alright,
let's try
never
Park
mind.
Street first, and if that pans out, then Lafdul could take the pictures if they're no use to us at the moment, and get copies made. Once
Or
we've
you
got
can-
one copy,
Or you can
Someone can
revise
collect them.
what you want to do. You know, I mean, if you all go to get them made and then distribute them at that point, then, you know. All right, so so you go to Park Street. There's a lot of townhouses in this area, but there's also some shops.
Well, I think shops would be first place to start looking at and asking if they have seen either one of them.
So you're just basically gonna like pop into a shop and ask the proprietor if they've seen either of these women, show them the pictures.
Yeah, and I mentioned that the other one is my missing sister.
Okay.
hey Solas, isn't this where you got zapped?
Yeah, this
Right.
is where I saw. So that's why I think this would be place that someone might remember seeing the shower woman.
So maybe you got zapped here because there's something going on close to here.
Well, I did see the shower woman with the petrified acorn amulet and started asking where she got it
Mm.
when
There
I
is
got
some-
cast that spell.
There is something I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Because how recognizable is that picture to something that's not a human? They see something, would they recognize it for what it is?
You mean are you asking whether
Animals.
non-humans would recognize?
Recognize a drawing for the person within the drawing, or if they can't make that distinction.
Are you asking about non-humans in terms of
If I were to
rastipedes?
speak with-
Oh, hold on, rastipedes, Zixchill. Or are you asking about animals?
Animals.
Animals would not be able to identify the picture.
Alright.
Well, my character don't know about this, but as a player, I was thinking about that. Couldn't Lafdul change his form to look like one of the pictures?
No, none of his
Not exactly.
abilities allow him to duplicate someone else.
Okay.
I think Leva could, but she's already used to Esper.
Not sure if polymorph self allows that, but I'd have to look at it. All right. So, any any specific questions that you want to ask? Anything else that you want to ask them about, or is it just have you seen these women?
Well, I also
Here's the information.
show them the amulet and ask about if they have seen anyone wearing this or.
Okay. So you stop in a few shops, and the third shop that you enter, it is a fine silks shop, and you go in there. It is run by an elven woman, and when you show her the pictures and the amulet, she does identify the Shao woman as a customer who's been in twice in the past. And the first time does match up with the time that you lost your memory.
Okay.
The second time was the next day. And the shopkeeper tells you that she was wearing the amulet the first time, and she doesn't remember seeing it the second time, but she's not sure.
Okay.
The woman came in with her child, and they were getting silks for some robes, clothing.
Okay. Was she asking them to be delivered, or?
No, she put in the order on the first day, and the second day she came in and picked them up.
Okay. And so she doesn't know anywhere where she might have gone, or?
Was this just
Nope.
raw material?
Yeah.
So she needs to take it to a tailor.
Yeah. The elven woman says that she does. You could see silk dresses and silk undergarments, silk bed sheets, a whole wide variety of silk garments. But she does say that she doesn't do. Her tailors don't, and she doesn't have much call for shell clothing, so she doesn't do that. She doesn't carry that.
Okay, so
She assumed that that's what the purchase was for,
okay.
but it was just raw materials in specific patterns and specific sizes.
Okay, well, I thank her for the information she has given to us, and also give her a couple of gold for that.
Okay. Okay, so you head back outside and visit a couple more shops, and you don't get any leads from any of them.
Yeah. So basically, this would imply that we would have to look for someone who makes Shao-style robes.
We do know that one person. He could give us a reference to a few people in Shelltown.
Yeah.
Could pay him a visit, I guess. Is it Nuberduk or something?
It's not Noberduk, no. I mean, that's a dwarf.
Oh, what was his name? I know
The
his daughter's.
Mashta
Oh,
and
Mashta.
Onawa, the two families that you dealt with
Mm.
a while back.
Yeah, they could give us a reference. I mean, we're not complete strangers, I suppose.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, we can find a reference towards Charles Taylor's and stuff, and then we can ask further questions there.
Okay.
And also ask if they have seen either one of those or know them.
All right, so you head to Showtown,
Mm-hmm.
and do you want to visit Onawa's? They had the restaurant, or do you want to visit Mashta, who he was the head of the family that his daughter was the one that was being.
If we go to Mashta first, then we can go to Anawa and we could say we can wait at Anawa if he needs time or something.
Yeah, let's go talk to Matsuda first.
Okay. He greets you when you arrive. He says, "Ah, my friends, it's good to see you again. It's been quite a while. I assume that this is not a social call."
Oh,
no,
but
wait.
how is your daughter doing?
Oh, she's doing well. They already have a child. I'm so happy about it.
That's good to hear.
Oh, I have to offer congratulations, the usual stuff. We were just investigating the local missing people, and we've had some success, but there's still a couple of people that are still missing, and one of them being Solas's sister. We were looking for this Shao lady who might be related to the issue. We showed the image.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
she
showed both
recently-
their images.
Met or seen this woman before?
She's recently purchased some silk cloth for some shell designs. We assume she's going to look for some shell tailors, and we're not really accustomed to Shelltown. I wonder if you could point us to if you help us with our investigations.
Oh, yes. Well, I do not believe that I've seen her, but if you wanted to check some of the tailors, do you know if this would be more of a common garb or more of the wealthier stuff that, say, I would wear?
Silk tends to be for more wealthier individuals.
It can be, but silk itself, there are many different grades and qualities.
Did the silk seller tell us the quality of the silk?
Nope, you didn't ask.
We didn't ask because we didn't know about the different qualities of silk. We should probably go back and ask.
Or you can make some educated guesses.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess so.
I mean, you're here with him right now.
She was with a child. It wouldn't make too much sense for a child to have good quality stuff. So I reckon it might be more travel wear, disguise wear, so it might be more common.
Well, you might be mistaken there. Certainly I would not put
Oh.
my children in anything but the finest that I could afford.
Well,
Even while
maybe give
traveling.
us a reference for both, and we'll ask at those locations.
No, I mean, yes, I don't know the more common seamstresses nearly as well, but I mean, you could visit. He gives you 3 places that if he basically indicates that these are places that he would
Patrons.
recommend to a new person of means on Brawl looking for Shao style clothing and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
So they're the places that he would visit, he would patronize. And he unfortunately
can
does
still check
not
them
really
out.
know the, lower class stuff that well.
There's still 3 leads we can check up on, and then we can just
Yeah.
look for other style tailors in Shawtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you visit the tailors, what kind of questions are you going to ask? Basically the same thing, just show them the picture in the amulet. And
Yeah, basically the same questions we asked
Yeah.
him.
Okay. Anything else that you want to ask? Throw in there.
If she was with someone,
Okay.
She was alone. Yeah.
The
Was
third
she, like,
place.
distressed or-
The third place you visit does confirm that she brought them some fine silks and asked for a number of garments to be made for herself and her son.
Ord, when we're asking the questions, can we ask if they've heard of anyone else who says anyone's missing?
To a certain extent, you get kind of a there's always people going missing on Brawl kind of responses. A little bit cagey. Lafdul, you would get the impression that this is the kind of thing where sometimes people go missing because they have offended the Yakuza. Kind of response. Like, this is... You know enough about thieves guilds, and you know that the Yakuza control this area, so... That's your impression, that they're like a little nervous about saying anything against the Yakuza.
Oh.
And people disappear, and sometimes, a lot of times people just assume it's the Yakuza down here. Lafdul,
does
you had
the
another
tailor
question.
know-
Hold on.
know
Hold
who
on. Lafdul, you had another question that you wanted to ask. What was that?
It was I've forgotten now.
Something about their manner?
If
Oh,
they
yeah.
were distressed at all, I
Yeah.
suppose. Yeah, no, that was it. If they were distressed, harried, their general nature.
The seamstress does say that, now that you bring it up, she did
Was
seem
that
very
hurried?
nervous. She didn't really pay that much attention to it, but you know, now that you bring it up, she did seem kind of nervous.
She was like glancing outside the windows or
Did you have to
shutters,
deliver the
shuffling
clothing
around. No, she came in and picked it up just this morning. In fact, she's
she
not
give
sure
a
where he
name?
lived. No, she didn't.
Did you notice which way she went after she picked it up?
Yeah, so you are in a shop in this building right here, basically the corner, and the shopkeeper indicates that when she left, she and her son crossed the this plaza, and let me actually be on the right thing. So they went out this way somewhere. You know, they may have gone down this way then, but they went into this plaza, which has a bunch of stalls and stuff like that.
Would you mind shift pinging me?
Okay, I have an idea.
On another bit of the map.
Let's head to the plaza and ask around there next with the pictures.
Brilliant. Thanks.
Because if they've got stalls there, then you've got people who have been sitting out there since this morning, probably. You could identify her.
And it's going to be more recent now, so it's going to be slightly easier.
It's more recent than it happening a couple days ago or something.
Yeah, there should be some, since there are stalls, there should be some merchant that might have paid attention.
Yeah, so let's ask around in that plaza.
All right. How long would you be willing to spend? It would probably take quite a while to talk to all of them. It's kind of packed.
I guess until we get some useful information is what I would think.
Yeah.
What's the general quality of the wares being sold here?
It's generally common stuff, like
So there's no like upper class.
No, not in these
There's only
shops.
no upper class establishments nearby.
I mean, there are some shops. The only thing in, like, from a quick survey, things that you would think might be sold to upperclassmen in these stalls would be food. There's a lot of food for sale, and it's food, both prepared food and unprepared food, and perhaps some things like you know, toys and bulk goods, like raw cloth and stuff like that. You know, if you're just getting cloth for non-clothing at home, you know, cloth doesn't matter that much, depending on, you know, if it's just for general use or bedding or something like that. You know, a lot of that, the raw materials you might pick up. But finished goods tend to be in this area, in the stalls, are generally the lower class basic stuff, not highly decorated or expensive.
Where's the nearest watch post from there?
There really aren't watch posts. They just patrol.
I suppose, yeah, Grand Street's pretty close by.
Yeah, but they
Well,
just
I'm willing
they
to
just
take,
patrol.
a few hours to ask around.
No, I'm worried if we're going to be asking around and questions for a long time, we're going to be drawing attention. And I suppose that isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, rumors can get started pretty quickly about a bunch of people asking about, you know, some people showing pictures around. It's not too likely to draw much attention from the watch. You're not causing any harm unless someone gets really offended by you. You're not too likely to run afoul of the watch doing this.
I think the ones that would pay more attention are the Yakuza, since there are the Yakuza house nearby.
They might, yeah.
This, go on.
That robe was completed, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a couple robes, both for her for size to the woman and size to the child. They might be unique.
If I were, for example, this is a bit of a long stretch. If I use memory read on the proprietor, if they obviously I would pay them for their time, if they're even be willing, would I be able to get an accurate enough image of exactly what that robe looks like, so I could use my locate object on that robe?
If you use memory read, yes.
All right, I propose that. And we ask the proprietor, because I'd rather not draw attention. I mean,
Yeah, that would be easier to use that.
because I do have
actually.
locate objects and I do have memory read.
Okay. You propose to the shopkeeper that you want to use this magic.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
Could I use locate object afterwards? Because I'm going to be pretty tired.
I
mean, I just Constitution, but it's like...
Yeah, no, I mean, unless the spell specifically says that you can't cast, then you can cast. You're just tired, and any negative effect of having reduced Constitution, which in your case you're not losing any hit points, but that would cost you hit points, both max and current, if you had high enough Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
So you go in and you make this proposal to the shopkeeper now?
Yeah, I would... I mean, we are trying to investigate. I'll give them, like, 25 gold for their time. I mean, that's pretty reasonable. How much is their average garment?
More than 25 gold pieces. Now,
Alright,
so most of their garments for sale are already done, and they're made of fine silk and stuff like that. What is your charisma modifier?
It's +3, I believe, for 15. Charisma reaction, yeah, +3.
The shopkeeper gives you a kind of a suspicious look and then says,
So there's no harm to you. It's
how much were you offering again?
50.
For 50? How long will this take?
Around a level, so 6 minutes.
Well, I mean, if you're just specifically looking at...
I just say about 5 minutes, give or take.
No more than 5 minutes, you could say. All right, 50.
Right,
you can cast your spell.
I give him 50. I say he needs to sit down somewhere.
Okay. It takes significantly less time than 5 minutes, because you're looking for one thing in particular, the image of a robe.
Mm-hmm.
And you do get the image of a very nice Eastern robe made with a white silk with a blue floral pattern on it. It looks kind of like a mixture between an Elvish and an Eastern Shao design. You know, the printing on the silk. It's definitely not something that you're familiar with. You've seen before.
Oh no, yeah, no, that helps a lot. Can I attempt to doodle something down with some charcoal, some paper?
You can go ahead and give me a dexterity check and an intelligence check.
I'll just do. First one stacks. Oh, I actually failed.
You got a pretty good image of it in your head, and you said you try to sketch it out, but your charcoal stick just snaps in your hand, and your hand gets a nasty cramp.
It's because I'm exhausted. That's what I'm putting it down to.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh well, yeah.
You're gonna cast the spell?
The locate object.
You're trying to, what are you trying to locate?
The robe. So she went from that. So if I go down there and I can scan downwards, I'm gonna scan downwards.
You're gonna move where? Over there?
Yeah, and scan.
You're not gonna start from where you from the shop? Like that?
I suppose I can do it from there. She went diagonally through there, didn't she, or someone?
It's 360 feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're getting a, you believe it's, southish of you.
I tell the party to follow along, and I go in that direction. South.
Yep.
I'll just go straight south through that alleyway, I guess.
And you're gonna stand out on that street and do it again?
Yeah.
South.
Alright, I cut through the buildings, going through down here.
North, but not straight north.
What is an up?
Yeah, I mean, assume that the top of the map is north, bottom of the map is south, east
Hang on,
is
let me just move
to the back.
thing. So if I go here,
Yeah. So now it's basically northeast.
I just go up that little corridor bit.
Northeast.
Sorry, I'm still northeast.
Yeah.
Any of the buildings?
Um,
Through the buildings? Past
you
it?
can't
How
you can't tell distance. You can only tell direction.
All right, I'm gonna go around quickly.
Okay. Northish, but a little bit to the west.
Now, let me just move that so I can see. So I go up to about here.
West.
In that
So-
building.
Face building.
Oh, I go there. Does it go south? West?
Yeah, southwest.
Nice.
Alright, so the orange building.
Yeah.
Alright, I say it's in there somewhere, around there, at the very
Is
least.
it boarding house or residence?
It appears to be a residence. Real fast, let me let you know what's in those buildings around there. Where are my notes on that? All right, so the dark purple building right here, that is a small warehouse that is being rebuilt or repaired. You can't tell exactly what. This orange building is appears to be a large residence. The building here on the it's kind of fronting the street. There are two shops, and above that appear to be apartments or maybe some offices. You got some more shops over here with some other things up above, like apartments or offices. This pink building is a rooming house. This orange one is an apartment block, and this small thing jutting out is a laundry. There's a hemp shop. There's a furniture shop, Cooper, leather goods, stuff like that. It's all pretty normal stuff around here. Sinrae's Courier Guild is actually located in one of the offices here, but I'm not exactly sure which building offhand. I'd need to look again.
Lafdul asked if he could tell if it was on the same level or above.
I didn't
or
realize I
below.
was muted.
Oh,
I
missed
yeah,
that test.
is it the same?
It seemed to be
level as me?
up. How high up, you couldn't tell exactly, but it was up at the time.
Does it seem like it's one family residence, or is it a building with multiple residences?
Does not look like an apartment block or rooming house.
Should we
So-
ash back at the Mashta residence, considering it's right nearby, if they know what that building is?
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Someone could keep an eye on the building at that time also.
All right, your spell does end about that time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So you head back to the Mashta residence and want to ask them about that building over there?
Yeah, because it's like literally right around the block for them, so they must know what it is.
alley. Yeah, not must, but so you go
So
in
assumed.
and speak
Apologize
to
for disturbing.
Mashta. No, it is fine. You saved my daughter. I can certainly make some time for you.
Hopefully we can save Solas' sister.
Uh,
Yes. Those recommendations definitely came in handy. We were able to track down the person who ordered the sip that shell lady, who we suspect might be related to Solas' sister.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could help.
Yes, I was able to use a spell to accurately remember the robe that was designed, and I explained to him about the floral and the elvish like mixture in the design, saying it's a bit unusual. I don't know if he recognized it at all, and that I was able to use another spell that pointed to this building, and I wanted to inquire to what that building is.
So you give him kind of directions to that building.
Yeah.
Let's see. I do not know much about that building. I believe it is a residence, but I have never seen the owner. I have had some dealings with them. They seem to be they tend to invest in various concerns and interests in Shao mostly shipping and commodities. But I have never had personal dealings with them. They seem to be some sort of recluse. Everything is done through letters or messengers and the like.
Keeping a low profile, I assume.
Yes. I mean, there's always some, eccentrics out there who perhaps they do not like people very much or some such.
Not sure. Does there anyone else have any suggestions?
Any other
Doesn't
questions
the
that anyone
sun-
wants to ask?
Doesn't the son have, or the son-in-law run a restaurant or something?
Yeah.
So do they ever visit there?
You'd have to go ask down there. I do not know.
No. We
Can you tell us where the restaurant is?
It's on the
We've
map.
been there.
We know we went there and ate there.
It's on the map, too.
Oh, right. Well, we could go there in a little bit.
No, well, would you know if he happens to be working right now, or in?
Oh, they're open. Oh, yes, of course
Oh.
they're open right now.
Oh, we'll pay them some patronage, and we'll thank you for your time. Hopefully, this information has been valuable to us.
Well, I'm
Thank
glad
you,
I could help.
sir.
I'll send our well wishes if we
Hopefully-
should by chance not meet. Was it Kikyo? His
Oh,
daughter?
she'll be there.
Oh, right.
She's working at the restaurant now.
Oh, that's good to hear. All right,
Right.
so well,
Braxon will thank you for his time and bow.
Ockar
yeah.
would bow.
He gives you a deep bow as well.
I also thank and bow.
Yeah, I do the same, and we'll take our leave.
Okay. So you head over to Onawa's restaurant?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
You're basically hitting it right at the early dinner rush.
Oh no.
So it is pretty busy. You can get a seat, but it is pretty busy.
I mean, if we just get some food, then it'd be more easier for him to talk to us.
We should be looking for this woman as we go down the streets as well. We
I
might
would
stumble.
I would assume that you're at least keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're trying to keep a low profile as well. I would prefer we did.
All right, so you stop by the restaurant, get a seat, and let me see if I can remember what her name is. I mean, I still have it written down. I just would have to find the sheet that it's written down on.
Oh,
You have
the
to look
common
through
problems
all your-
of the
You'll have
GM.
to look through your mountain of folders full of character sheets.
All of the old notes.
Common problems of
10
the
hours
GM.
later. Guys, I found it!
Hang on.
It's
Homoko.
underneath my couch.
Uh,
Yeah.
Komiko,
so you get a seat, and to your surprise, Homoko is the one who stops by, and she says, "Oh, my friends, it has been so long. I saw you come in. I'm so happy that you've decided to pay our restaurant a visit. What can I get you today?"
I will order some food. I don't know about the rest of the party if they're all getting food.
I'll order some food. It's good to see you, Homiko.
Yeah.
Yes, we've. Yes, it is good to see you. Unfortunately, this isn't necessarily strictly a social call, but I mean, we happen to be here. We're investigating the local people that have gone missing, and we believe one of the people is related to Solas's sister. We've chased them down. I mean, we've gone to a tailor shop. We've gone to a silk shop. We've tracked it down to this local area. We believe I've used a couple of. I reiterate what I've said because I'm just rambling here.
Yes, ramble.
To a certain extent, you
base-
don't need to go into all that.
All right, yeah.
Deep.
So we show the picture. I'm wondering if you've at all seen the residence of this person or seen this person, than the people in the pictures. We believe they might be within that building. We've asked your father, Mishta.
She points to the picture of Solas' sister and says, "I do not believe I have seen her, but this one I think I have seen about. She has a child?"
Yes.
She
Yes,
had,
I
she
do
has
not know her, but I believe I have seen her around with her son.
yes, we're looking for her because she had a accessory that belonged to Solas's sister, petrified acorn.
Yeah, I showed the amulet.
I don't know that they've come into the shop, at least not while I've been here. I've just seen her around.
Can I make
I think
a
she's
reference
fairly
to...
new. I don't remember seeing her more than some weeks back, maybe no more than a month.
I make a reference to the floral and elvish designs. Just wondering if she might be more in the know of these designs. It was like a pattern I saw on a. When I go into details about my spell, what I saw, I was wondering if she might recognize the pattern, or if it means anything.
No, I mean, it certainly sounds like something that I would enjoy wearing, but nothing that I am familiar with offhand.
And obviously, I inquire about that orange building. Do they know anything about that building?
All I know is that the owner never seems to come out. He seems to do all of his business through letters and messages.
Seems quite reclusive. The impression we got from your father.
Yes, that would be my impression as well. To my knowledge, the owner has never stopped by.
Yes, well, we're hoping we can find this woman and her son as a potential lead to find sister.
Put an end to these missing ongoings, trying to do the right thing while we can.
Since we've already been working on solving missing person cases already this week, I mean, did you hear about what we did up in the Midtown?
No, it's we've been pretty busy down here, and I have a little one to take care of. I haven't been hearing the news.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we heard. We heard from your father. Congratulations.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. We're so very pleased.
Well, luckily you won't have to worry about any weird creatures from Midtown causing any problems. We took care of those the other day.
So yeah, I just start eating my food and make small talk, I guess.
It is some of the best scaver sushi you've ever had. Whether you've had scaver sushi before is a good question.
Hopefully none of them are brown scavers. Is that the poisonous one?
If it is, it's well prepared. and doesn't poison
I
you.
mean, yeah, as long as it's cooked
I asked
properly.
quickly about if she knew if they buy the, since they are so recluse, if they buy raw food stuff or do they order prepared meals to the household?
I really don't know, other than we've never had a request to send food over there. You could check with some of the other restaurants or something around here. I don't know.
Okay, I thank her nonetheless.
Oh,
I
we're
say
always happy to
she's,
help you if we can.
No. You've been of great help. Thank you for your time. Pay for the meal. How much does that cost? They've got a business after all.
That is going to be all total 8 silver pieces each.
8 silver pieces.
So,
8 silver?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just deduct that.
yeah, don't mind.
Okay.
Actually, I'll pay her gold.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably do that because it's easier.
All right. She's very appreciative of that. And do you guys want to
Should probably
meet back up with Higgimus and Leva?
Yeah,
Okay.
We should keep an eye on this area.
yeah.
I'm gonna stay here and keep an eye on the area, but ideally we should have like a couple of people keeping an eye on the other side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got potentially 3, maybe 4 ways out of that area.
Do you want me
Yeah.
to stay behind and keep an eye out?
So this
Doesn't
building itself has a front entrance on this side, and there appears to be a back entrance that you would guess is kind of a servant's entrance back here in this little alley.
Well, we could leave 2 of us here to keep an eye on the 2 entrances.
Yeah, I will stay on the back entrance.
And I'll keep an eye on the front entrance.
Where was Akabaka's? Sorry, oh, I forgot her name. Is it within
Homoko?
that?
Omako.
Amako. Is it within? Sorry, I'm trying to get the right tool. It's within this street. It's out of line of sight.
They live above the restaurant.
Oh,
The restaurant is the first floor, and the family residence is above that.
is there any like stores down here where I can get like, I don't know, some like, I suppose like a dive, like a like midnight alcohol hot sake or something?
Yeah. We'll say that this orange building has something.
It's
So
a
does
little bit
this
out of my line of sight.
pink one over here.
I can't really get a good angle from here, though, can I? Plus, it'd be
No.
very obvious that I'm looking directly behind myself. Are these like bars? Is this like
They're
an
like
open
basement.
out-
They're like basement dives. You go downstairs
basement.
into the basement dives.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing surface level. Then.
No. I mean, the surface level is the Laughing Beholder down here, 144.
But you can't really see from there.
Correct.
What's is there anything here?
That has some shops and residences above.
What? Is there any like
No dive taverns tend to be back alley things, so they're almost never going to be on one of the main streets. Unless it has the tavern. Unless I've put this tavern text, it's not an official tavern building and not a permanent building kind of thing.
There's no like, I don't know if it's a thing in Brawl. Would there be any like sake stalls? You know, like, I don't know if they like
Like
warm
the
up
equivalent of
sake
it?
and they like travel like food cars, but they sell sake.
Not really.
Alright,
They tend to be in the during
in the
the day
buildings
in the market square.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna have to, unfortunately, loiter around, keep an eye on, and just patrol around.
Okay. And are you changing your form, disguising yourself in any way or anything like that?
Every now and again, I don't know, like every hour, I'll make myself look like someone else, and after I've like, I don't know, did a slow walk around,
Okay.
I'll just
Ockar.
find myself somewhere to hide and change form.
Okay, Ockar, what are you doing? Are you muted, Ockar? Ockar? Hello? Okay. Well.
Someone else takes Akka's place.
I don't know, does anyone want to?
Oh, Braxon could, I suppose.
Alright, well, I mean, I guess I could ask him later. Alright, so you guys, go back to, the rest of you go back to meet up with, Higgimus
And Leva.
and Leva?
Could I do anything to Braxon to make him seem a little bit harder to recognize?
Ockar said that he wanted to do that, so I'll just wait until he returns to answer my question.
Yeah.
So, alright, so the rest of you go
Get Ockar to put his helmet on.
meet up with,
I'm here.
okay,
It's not obvious
Ockar,
if he has a helmet
what,
on.
when you are watching the building, what are you going to do? Where are you going to be?
Well, is there like an alleyway I can look out from, or
Not really. I
like
mean,
what are the buildings that are surrounding it?
there is a small shop right here in this corner. There is... I mean, there's this little alley here that doesn't really lead anywhere. But other than that, there's not a whole lot.
Would the shop give me a good view from its window?
It would, but you'd be standing inside someone's shop, and they might not like that.
If I will ask them if I can browse and keep a lookout through their window, and I will pay them.
It's a very small shop. So no, if you come in and say that they're like, no, if you're not buying,
So I can't
gonna
just
have to ask you
pretend
to
be
leave.
browsing.
No, you'd be taking up a significant amount of the empty space in the shop.
You would have to pay for all the potential customers that come in.
Then I guess I will watch from the alley as best I can.
Over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep in mind that the front entrance is Let me switch to that.
The corner.
Well,
The
it's
front
the only
entrance
place-
is right there, right in the middle of that wall.
Well, it's the best way I have.
Okay. Are you doing anything to your appearance or anything like that?
So you put your helmet on so you're less recognizable.
Yeah, I'll have the helmet on so I'm not as recognizable.
Okay.
Well, you are a paladin, you do kind of stick out like a sore thumb. But,
And I'll have my cloak closed a bit to hide my holy symbol.
Okay. All right.
Are you allowed to do that?
Yes, there's nothing in the Paladin Code saying that I have to have it on full display all the time.
Oh, if it is. Yeah. Alright, that's fine.
He can disguise himself if necessary. Yeah.
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 I mean, if you were wandering through a chaotic evil city full of slavers with the intent of freeing slaves, he doesn't have to stride through there openly and say, "I'm a paladin. I'm going to free all the slaves here."
No, I'm hiding. I'm making myself look like a normal warrior instead of a paladin.
All right, so the rest of the party returns to Higgimus's shop, and Higgimus and Leva return as well, and you guys exchange information. Leva and Higgimus. In general, you didn't notice anything suspicious. Nothing that really tweaked your suspicions as, what's going on there, kind of thing. The closest thing might be that there was a man that you would maybe guess was a courier or something like that. And you're guessing this because he would, while you were watching, he left, and then a short time later came back, and then it was a long time while he was in there, and then he went out again, and maybe a half an hour later came back, and that was it. So, given that he was in the shop longer than he was out of, and it was twice, you'd guess that he was some sort of courier or something like that.
Delivery?
He didn't seem to be carrying anything large, but this is a jeweler's shop and wouldn't need to carry anything
Wouldn't wanna
large.
Draw attention to yourself.
Well, but he also wouldn't need to. If he was delivering a piece of jewelry, unless it was like a crown, it could just be in a little pouch inside his clothing or something like that. His clothing kind of matched cultures that you're familiar with from desert regions and stuff like that. He had darker skin. He was bald. Other than that, he didn't really, there wasn't much about him that stood out. He seemed kind of a burly man, though, like pretty large for a human. Strong.
Would Sinrae know anything about jewelry couriers?
No.
Okay.
She's a messenger courier, a specific type of courier. This is just like she is a capital C courier. This is a lowercase c courier. And he did have a scimitar on his belt, and he definitely, like Higgimus would think that his movements were that of an experienced warrior.
Okay.
So, definitely the kind of man that if you were going to entrust someone with some valuables, that he looked like the kind of man who could defend himself if set upon by robbers. Common
Gotcha.
street thugs.
Okay. Might need to watch him a little while longer. Or the store a little while longer, I should say.
Okay.
But that's the information I'll pass on to the others when they get here.
Yep. All right. So you guys all get together and you share all of your information. Braxon, informs you that Ockar and Lafdul are watching this residence in Showtown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Braxon says if you don't have anything to do, better, we might want to rotate out so that Ockar isn't there all the time.
Yeah.
Lafdul seems to have a way to change his appearance periodically.
Lafdul has a way to rotate himself.
And
Oh, is that from that hat he got?
yeah, we could maybe go back to the ship and change into different clothes and go back there for another shift. Or we could have people walk down the road.
Well, I kind of want to pay attention to this jeweler again for a little bit to see if I can see something else going on. But,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's what you want to do on the next day,
Yeah.
ideally? All right. Leva, do you want to continue watching as well?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Both of you noticed the man, but Higgimus is the one who, that information stuck in his mind.
Sounds good.
Okay. Let's see. And Braxon, Solas, what are your plans? Well, first of all, Ockar and Lafdul, how long would you be watching this place, the residence?
So I'll be watching until someone from the party come and I see them.
I'm watching until somebody from the rest of the party shows up or comes to relieve me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Gonna be here a long while.
we will be doing shifts in there. Shifts at looking at taking out that house.
Yeah.
Lewa is quite happy to switch back and forth. Let's say to go to the residence the next day.
Okay.
Not as Giff though.
Right.
But invisible, so she can just stand around, out of the way, and watch.
Sit on the building.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So who would, after you meet up with Higgimus and exchange information, who would go back to Lafdul and Ockar and let them know?
I think. Okay.
Solas said that he would. Okay. So.
And before I go there, since the armor spell lasts for quite a long while, I will cast it on myself as a precaution.
Okay. All right. So Higgimus and not Higgimus, Lafdul and Ockar. What would you, when Solas comes up and lets you know what that Higgimus and Leva have, what they've seen. What is your response? What do you want to do? I mean, keep in mind that you're now, it's going to take at least a half an hour to do any kind of information exchange. So you're not, all in one place ready to discuss, your plans and everything like that.
I suggest that we might perhaps should for the night time have one person in at the shift, so that one person is looking at the not necessarily just the residence but the whole block. And basically rotate the shift so each of us gets to rest.
Yeah, rotating shifts is probably the best idea.
Okay, so who would want to watch this place at night? Yeah?
What if I were to make myself look like any old person and just knock on the door and just say, "Oh, have you seen this person?" Just so I know who answers the door. They're not going to know who I am because I'm going to be anyone.
That's up to you.
But I would know who is in this building.
That's true, but
I would have to come up with a story.
Right. Keep in mind that if you're saying, "Have you seen this person?" If they're involved,
No.
Okay.
Just a random missing person. I'm just going to make that person up. A dwarf, for example.
Or the housewife.
Yeah.
You'd go with a real missing person, just not one of the ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do that?
That's something I could do. Yeah.
Are you letting Ockar and Solas know that this is your plan?
Yeah. No, but
sure, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay.
It would get us information, so.
Okay.
Yeah, give it a shot.
All right, so
Yeah,
you go to the front door, and
I am just gonna. I don't know. I'm just gonna let myself. I'm going with that dwarf I went with before, that turn iron hammer or something like that.
Okay. So you the door actually has large brass door knockers on it. So you rap loudly, and you can kind of hear that they echo a bit beyond the within the room. And after a moment, the door opens to reveal a young Shao woman that you do immediately recognize as the one in the sketch. She opens the door just slightly and initially seems to look over your head and then looks down, realizing that it's a shorter dwarf at the door. And she says, "Yes?"
"Oh there. My apologies for bothering you. I'm in a bit of a desperate lead. See, I've missed my wife. You wouldn't happen to have seen this comely dwarf lady." I go on some kind of description. She's literally just passed here in the last hour. She was running frantically from some robbers. She wouldn't have happened to have hidden in your residence or anything at all. I'm just coming up with an excuse.
No, we've had no one stop by here. You're the first today. I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry I can't help. She starts to close the door.
"Oh, sorry for wasting your time. Thank you, though." And I look like I'm going to walk off and go down to the next house.
Okay. And the door is closed.
Then
Give me... What is your detect noise?
I guess I would be wearing my armor. Probably like 40, I think. Bear with me to text. No, 45.
Okay. It's very muffled, but just as the door is closing, you hear a youngish male voice say something, but you can't make out what the words were. And then the door cuts off whatever other... The door in your distance cuts off whatever other sound it would have been.
I make a circuit. I immediately go to find Ockar as I'm making the circuit around.
I have not left.
Oh, you're staying in one place. Oh, that means I just have to go all the way around because I want to carry on going down that direction downwards.
Yeah.
So you're going this way?
Yeah, I'm just making a circuit around.
Okay. Would you stop at the shop right here to maintain your cover?
Where's...
Front door
yes,
was right here. There was a shop in this corner.
And Ockar was waiting in this alleyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ockar is right in there. So, would you go to the shop, or would you continue on around?
I would have to go to the next shop, I guess.
Okay, so...
Maintain your cover.
No, but I'll come up with a different story that's less serious.
Okay, but...
Less likely to draw the watch.
Hello, I'm looking for tchotchkes.
Alright, so you go into the shop and just...
What is this shop?
It's a fairly general store, has just sundries.
I just buy some travel rations.
They do not have travel rations. They do not have travel rations. They have...
I buy something.
Like small cloths that you would use as napkins. They have silverware and
something
candles,
useful.
Lamps, just the useful stuff.
Oil, like some door hinge oil or something.
Yeah, they would have some all-purpose oil for hinges and things of that nature. That is one of their more expensive items at a gold piece.
Ah, terrible.
But it
comes in a container, I assume.
Yeah, and but it's the kind of thing that it would probably last the average homeowner multiple years. You know, because you don't usually need to.
This weigh?
It's like half a pound or something.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, it's
And
not
we
too
aren't the average homeowner, so we'll probably use it up.
No,
in a day
I'll
and
use
throw
it
away.
up in a...
And it would definitely fit
probably.
inside your pouch.
I've already got some, I just update the amount.
Okay.
I list them as flasks of oil. But I should actually, no, they're not the same oil. That's burning oil.
Yeah, this is like metal oil. All right, so you go around the block to.
Actually, I buy a couple
Okay.
if they got to.
Yeah, they have 2. Then you go around the block to find
He's
Ockar.
also can use that kind of oil.
Yeah.
And I think Solas is still there too.
I would
Yeah.
not be the dwarf anymore if I can. I'd find some way to change back to an elf, but not Lafdul's face.
All right, so Solas and Ockar, you two are conversing, kind of thinking about what you're going to do next, and an elf male.
Yes, it would be male.
A stranger, an elf male stranger approaches you.
Yes, good sir.
Can we help you? I say as I place my hand. As I
Don't look at poor Lafdul in such a way, you know.
as I narrow my eyes at him a bit.
A different male voice comes at you saying, "Don't look at poor Lafdul that way."
Poor Lafdul
Wait.
never knows his true identity.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
Lafdul's many disguises. You approve? Yes. Yes, I would say that she is in there. She's in the building when I went to inquire.
Was there anybody else?
Which she?
I think I heard a small child in there answer,
Which
but I couldn't make out the
she?
words.
Which she? Was it the sister or the?
The one in the image, the one in the picture that Solas had.
Solas
okay, so
has
you
both
mother-
of them
the
as
show
as
woman.
images.
We have both pictures. Pick one.
I have
Wait,
a
there
picture
was-
of the show woman and my sister.
No, the shower woman.
The Shao woman.
Yes. I believe that
Okay.
was the one I saw.
Yep.
Should we? Okay, so we know that she's in there. Should we go up and knock on the door and ask about
No.
things, or
well,
should we gather the party then do that?
I think
I would suggest you regroup since it is about time for us to end the session.
Lafdul, can you
Yeah.
get the others? Well, Solas and I get ready.
You are literally standing next to the building in question. You might not want to do any planning right next to the building. There are windows.
yeah, and I think we
Let's go meet with the others.
probably shouldn't go sword drawn like style.
Let's head to the. Let's head somewhere. The lion. Let's head to the. It's a roaring lion, right?
Rampant lion, but you might want to actually
Rampant lion.
go back to Higgimus's shop where everyone else is and let them know
Oh
what
yeah,
you've
let's go to
discovered.
Higgimus's shop and tell them all about this.
Yeah.
I didn't realize where everybody else was. Sorry.
All right,
To
so
the shop, tell them where everything is.
all right, so when we come back next time, you guys can share the information that you have discovered and make plans on what you want to do. Higgimus may still want to watch Bellus's shop, and he may want you guys to suggest you guys watch this residence. Who knows? But you'll have a week to think about it. The experience rewards this time are going to be 1,000 experience for Braxon, Higgimus, Ockar, Leva, and Sinrae.
That's a lot.
And 1,200 for Lafdul and Solas.
So 600
Yeah.
each.
Yeah, 600 each of your classes.
That means I go
Do
up a
I
level.
get any
Ooh.
more for my priest for causing mischief by
Sorry, yep,
coming up with diversion?
my mistake. That was 1,000 for you and 200 extra for your priest. I did make a mistake there.
Alright.
Was it 1,000 each of them?
No, you
no,
get an even split.
Okay,
Yeah, what?
so
Hang
600
on.
both.
I get 1,000 between both, and I get an extra 200 on my priest.
Yes. So 500
Yeah,
and
alright.
700. So one of your
That
classes
means
goes
I
up
go
a...
up a level as a cleric.
Okay.
Congrats.
Do you want to take 4 hit points, or do you want to roll?
Roll it, roll it, roll it,
I
roll
roll
it,
it.
roll it.
Join the company of
I
the
mean-
broken rolls.
I mean, it's more fun to roll it.
Yeah, I give you the option.
And
That's
it was
pretty good.
beneficial.
That's pretty good.
Oh, really good.
All right.
So was that
Well
like
done.
a 3?
So next session, we'll see what happens. In addition, I will also mention that with the exception of Sinrae and Solas, everyone has aged another year. It is exactly that number of days.
Oh god, I'm 28.
Yeah, I know. It's frightening. Getting older.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you still have some time to catch
Oh,
me.
this is
My
natural
true
age.
age is 23.
Yes, this is natural aging.
Yeah, my natural age is 117. My current age is 123.
It's weird how we had It's weird how we all have a birthday on the same day.
It's not that. I'm just doing this for
I was
ease
joking.
of measurement. At this
You
point,
know,
since Sinrae and Solas came in so close, I'm not going to have them age up until the next time. So.
Next time a year passes in game.
Yep.
We've been adventuring together for 3 years.
I know. All right, well, thank you guys for playing. Thanks everyone out there for watching. Keep in mind that in a little bit under 2 hours, I will be joining Zerfall for his MS Bike Ride 2019 charity stream to support the MS Society of Canada, which researches a cure for multiple sclerosis. So it's a good cause. Come on out. We'll be streaming all night, 12 hours, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I will not be biking. He will be biking in a couple weeks. And I believe right now Lethal Feline is doing a bit of a pre-stream, pre-charity stream bonanza. I think I saw that he was playing BattleTech. I don't know if he still is, but it might be something to check out if you guys have some time. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next week, or in a couple hours.
Thanks for the game, and
Thanks
good luck
for
with
having
the,
us.
good luck with the charity.
And good luck with us.